Today is Monday, October 23rd, and in approximately 13 days, I will be racing my very first half marathon. This is 1 week out from the half marathon, a full week of training, and I'm going to be honest, I am unbelievably excited to get after it. But there's a lot of things that I do want to just discuss before we jump into the week, specifically about the half marathon. My goal is to run 5 minutes and 20 seconds per mile for this half marathon in order to run under 1 hour and 10 minutes or 70 minutes. That also means that at some point I'll have to, probably pick it up just a second to get right under that mark. But to be honest with you guys, I am not too confident that I will be able to achieve this goal. I think that a lot of people understand that threshold pace is a pace that you basically can almost run for something like a half marathon, depending on how fast you are. It's usually the pace that you can sustain for an hour before lactate builds up more than your body can handle expelling, in a sense. I probably did a very bad job at describing what lactic threshold pace is, but that's the idea behind it. And that being said, my threshold pace is not 5 minutes and 20 seconds per mile. It's a little bit slower than that. It's probably closer to 5:30, and even that, I don't run that for my thresholds. I run quite a bit slower, but there's a couple of reasons for that. I'm mostly run by myself, or if I'm with somebody, it's my dad biking next to me. On top of that, I am obviously running very early in the morning. I'm not fully awake yet. I don't have a ton of time in between waking up and starting my workout, so it's obviously going to be a little bit slower. And conditions and not running in a carbon-plated shoe, all those things take effect when doing something like this. So it's no surprise that I have a little bit of confidence running faster than what my prescribed threshold pace is, but at the same time, I'm not that blinded by my own ego that I think that 5:20 pace is going to be easy. That being said, I'm excited to get better and I'm excited to give it my all, and I think this week is going to be a great opportunity for me to really gain some fitness right before the race. You're not going to gain much fitness a week out from a race, but there's a lot of mental hurdles you can get over and build your mentality, because at the end of the day, running is very mental, is an extremely mental sport, and if you're not mentally confident, you're not going to have a good time out there racing on the course. So tomorrow morning we have our very first workout of the week. It's a very interesting workout. It's something that I've seen my coach do before, and I'm quite a fan of the style of training. We're going to be doing miles and 200s, where we do a 1600 meter rep at 5:50 pace with a 10-second in between, probably like a little jog, into a 200 meter almost sprint, honestly. We're going to probably go around 33 to 32 seconds, and then we'll have a 60-second rest. Or maybe it's 90 seconds. I'm not entirely sure. I have to double check. It might be 90 seconds of rest into another 1600 and then 10 seconds into a 200. We'll repeat that 7 to 9 times, and we'll be doing that out on the track in the morning. Unfortunately, I will be by myself all morning, so I don't know how much I'll be able to record, on top of the fact that it looks like it's going to rain. So I might not be able to record a ton, especially if it does rain. We'll have to see how it goes in the morning, but I just want to prepare you guys for the possibility of no footage at the track. But if it's not raining, I'll record some stuff, don't worry. With that being said, though, I need to catch up on some sleep, so I'm going to wrap everything up, go to bed, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, unfortunately, once it started raining this morning, it still has not stopped and doesn't look like it's going to till the afternoon, which really sucks because I didn't really film much at the track itself, especially of the workout. And I'm kind of disappointed about that because it was a really interesting workout that honestly didn't go all that well. I will put splits of the reps on screen just so you guys can kind of see what happened with that. But I mean, just to like kind of talk about it, we did, like I said, 1600 meters, 10 seconds of rest into a 200 with a minute of rest after that. And I was never like not moving because what ended up happening was I started in the middle of the 100-meter like straightaway. I started right in the middle of the football field, realistically is a better way of explaining it. So I started in the middle of the football field, ran my 1600, and then jogged 50 meters up to where you normally start reps, or at the start of like the 400 where that starts, start of the mile basically. And I would jog 50 meters up to that. It would literally take 10, 11 seconds to get there. And then I'd go straight into a 200. And I would just run a 200 until I hit the end of the 200. And then I would jog 150 meters, which took almost exactly a minute. Sometimes I went over just by a little bit. So like I was never not moving. It was almost like a kind of like a three-way fartlek where I was going like, let's see, 5 minutes and 50 seconds on, and then 10 seconds off, and then 36 seconds hard, and then 60 seconds off. I don't really know that that's like the best way to explain it, but it was just a brutal workout. I honestly just don't know if this is even, it's not like it's not possible. I've seen my coach do this workout before, so it's not like I am thinking it's not a possible thing to do, but it was just really, really hard to do the 200s mainly. Like I obviously was, pretty comfortable running all of the threshold portions. I was trying not to push too hard actually, so some of them ended up being like a second or two slow, which is not a big deal. I could hit all the times for that, 1600 meters. Like that wasn't a problem. It was everything after that. It was the 200s. It was just, 10 seconds of jogging, 50 meters up to the start and then going straight into a 200 was just brutal. It's probably the hardest workout I've done, in the past like 10 months since I started working with Aero. And I say hardest not meaning like it hurt the most or I was the most exhausted afterwards. I mean hardest as in the paces were brutal. 32 to 33 seconds was just not a possibility at this point. And I mean, Aero thinks that I can do that. So it's not the case of me not being in shape or, the pace being too fast. It's just today I couldn't do it. And, maybe things would have been different if I wore super shoes or if I had somebody to run with, even if I didn't jog that 50 meters and just stayed still for 10 seconds and then started the 200. Like all those things could have made my life a little bit easier, but at the same time, I mean, I know my coach can do this workout without needing any of those handicaps. So I think that for me, I need to be able to find a way to where I can do it as well. And I mean, that just comes with training. I just have to, continue training, making sure that I'm doing everything I can to get better and kind of just go from there. Because at the moment, while I'm not happy with the way this workout went, I'm not exactly like upset or disappointed. Like it is what it is. Like I gave everything I could. I didn't obviously go all out. I still had probably another rep, maybe two in me. But like for the 200 portion, unless I was doing an all out sprint, I was never going to go faster than 36 seconds. The very last 200 that I ran in 34 seconds was basically an all out sprint. So it's just something that I know now I need to work on. It kind of sucks having a workout like this and then having, only one day of rest before going into a double threshold on Thursday, but it is what it is. And I just got to be better at the end of the day. I mean, it's not like a bad workout or anything. It's not like I'm going to be super upset about it. But at the same time, it's just like, hey, that there's something you need to do to get better, and you need to do everything you can to make sure you remedy that and get better and be able to handle those things in the future. So that's my mindset going into, you know, the rest of this week, and hopefully we can get in a good double threshold workout on Thursday so that, you know, at least mentally I'm a little bit better going into the half marathon next Sunday. But yeah, just focusing on that throughout the rest of the week. Tomorrow we have a double threshold planned for the day, starting off with a nice little threshold workout in the morning, just 6 to 7 miles at 5:50 pace out on the track. Nothing too interesting there, but something I did really want to touch on before I go to sleep is I've been putting on these nasal strips before I go to sleep, before some of these workouts that I've been doing. And I've honestly been kind of liking it. Like, it's not like it's a great feeling going to sleep. Like, I don't love that I can't itch my nose, but hold on. But what I do like is that I feel like I can kind of sleep a little bit better. Like, it's a little bit easier to breathe, and I don't breathe out of my mouth when I sleep. I breathe solely through my nose. So being able to open up the nasal airway passage, whatever it's called, and sleep a little bit better is obviously a great thing, because sleep is very important. The better sleep I get, the better off I'm gonna be. And while this is not like a sponsor or anything, like, it's just, you know, some nasal strips that I got off Amazon, I think, a while back. I like it. I would recommend, if you have a problem with congestion or have an issue with just breathing out of your nose in general, try it out. See what you think. But I'm going to bed now. I'll see you guys in the morning for the threshold. For the first part of our double threshold, the just straight threshold this morning went very well. I was very pleased with how easy 549 ended up feeling. And it did take me a second, about like a mile, 2 miles, before I really found that rhythm of what basically 550 pace felt like. But once I did, I just fell right into rhythm. Every mile felt really easy. And I was like pretty happy that it was feeling as good as it did. You know, I was pretty much staying around 166 for my heart rate, which I was really happy about. And everything just kind of felt like it was, you know, going my way in a sense. And that is a great feeling, especially for the first workout of a double threshold day. And, you know, after work today, just got out of work. It's like 1 o'clock right about now. I'm getting ready for our second workout, which is going to be mile repeats. And mile repeats are not anything to joke about, especially with the way we're going to be doing them today. We have 6 to 7 mile repeats at 521 pace, which is not going to be easy, like I just said. And, you know, I definitely want to push for those 7 reps, but at the same time, like, this is a workout where you just have to take it 1 rep at a time and, you know, just hope everything is feeling okay and just see how you feel on the first rep, because it's not going to be easy. And yeah, just got to prepare myself for that, take my time warming up, make sure everything's ready to go, and then attack these mile repeats. Yo.
Hey, how are you doing?
Oh.
Sorry, I was talking with one of my coworkers.
Nah, you're all good, man. I'm chilling, bro. I'm just tired. It's not much of a surprise that after the second threshold last night, I pretty much was just dead and ended up going to sleep. But just to talk about it, we did 7 miles at 521 pace, and the heart rate was honestly really smooth. The effort felt very controlled, and I was very pleased with how 521 felt. You know, it was a little daunting. I talked about that right before the workout started, and I wasn't really sure how it was going to go. But I think that everything went like better than I could have realistically planned. I genuinely felt like I could do 2 to 3 more reps at that pace. And, you know, I had a max heart rate of like 176, I believe. So not even into the 180s. The last rep I averaged 169, I want to say. And like, that's just a great day of work, 14 miles at threshold. And, you know, going into a race week, that is like a really good thing for the mentality, especially with the workout on Monday or on Tuesday being so rough. Like, this was a big step in the right direction, and you know, going into a long run tomorrow, at least I'll feel very accomplished with what I've gotten done this week. So I'm happy about all of that. Actually going to be heading to the gym in a couple minutes here to work out a little bit before my shift starts, and that'll be nice just to get in 2 workouts this week. Strength is something that I've definitely been slacking on, and I need to really focus on throughout the next few weeks of training and just, continue it into the winter. But it's just one of those things that's always a, hassle to get done, but it's definitely necessary. Very much helps injury prevention and works those muscles that you're not working when you're running, but you need when you're racing. All that good stuff. You guys know well enough, I'm sure, at this point. So yeah, just a great day yesterday. I'm really excited for today to get, everything I can done, try to get a little bit better, and then tomorrow we're going to be doing our long run in the morning. After what was a roller coaster of a week, it was really nice to get in a rather smooth long run this morning. The weather was a little all over the place, but a 17-mile long run averaging 7 minutes and 5 seconds per mile is just really nice, like especially mentally, to get in. And I work pretty much the rest of the day today, so I'm not going to be doing anything fun or interesting. But tomorrow I'm actually heading over to one of my friend's house to do an easy 6 miles with him early in the morning. He's going to be biking next to me, which will be really nice just to hang out with him, chat, and get to run in a new place. And then I am just going to take the rest of the day completely easy, just get off my feet as much as I can, and just, appreciate being done with a week. And obviously, the goal now is to mentally lock in for next week, for the race. And that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. I will see you guys very soon. Take care. Love all things. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.